The morning after, we're here. The debut. Producer JK and that boy D Hill, the guy on the left, Dion, whatever you want to call him, the man of many names. We're here, man. The first rendition. It is 10 a.m. sharp on the dot. We had a good weekend in college basketball. Perfect time to click go live because Dion has just found out that Omer is recording on the Running Point pod today, and that's great news for him. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit him with the easy lob of how he's feeling.
Special. Gene Carter doing special things. I'm a Braden guy. That's my point guard. First and foremost, everybody better go watch that video. Gonna be insane. My dog Omer was in his bag the other night. By the way, Ulamog, I didn't sleep in. Unfortunately, I recorded Florida, Miami, I believe it was, recap 30 minutes ago. I should probably email that to JK. But good news is JK is right here, so that doesn't matter. And Pickle Rick, I did not sell any Under Armour gear because that would require me to own it. Respectfully to Steph Curry, never have owned any of his Under Armour stuff. I'm absolutely good. But JK, how's your weekend, bro?
It was good, man. Some good hoops. Of course, look, I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I'm not still watching the NFL on Sunday as well. So tapped in all facets. Good weekend of sports. Braden was on Friday. That was a fun weekend, getting to clip up and dissect and listen to Braden talk about everything that happened in Tuscaloosa. So, just a fun weekend all around, man. But
Braden got shit to him. If there's one thing you learned from this pod, Braden got shit to him.
Yeah, I mean, as soon as he announced that he was going to be a sleeper, the people should have known he had shit to him. That's just for sure. Simple facts.
For sure. But I feel like you never know, though. You know what I mean? You never fully know. And then even through episode 1, it's okay, I think he got shit to him. He said he was a center guy. He knew we were a Carlos podcast. And he still said he was a center guy. So, I respected that. And in this episode, I was listening. I'm like, okay, he's a dog. But when you hear him break down the game, you're basically hearing him break down how big of a dog he is. And it just hits different.
Yeah. I mean, the perfect explanation is the story of TKR has a mismatch, and TKR has played exceptional basketball in the 2 games since he's been back, and Braden's still no, I got a mismatch too. I'm good. And it's just hilarious stuff. But as the people know, this is going to be a daily Monday through Friday recap show. Where on Mondays, we're breaking down the weekend. Everything else, we're breaking down the night before, the slate. Dion, here's the thing. This is you, man. If you go on the Twitter, this is the That Boy D Hill show. I'm just here to co-host for the vibes, to segue. This is your thing. So here's the deal. Give the people what to expect on the morning after, because if anyone knows Dion is a wild card. So we don't know what's going to happen on this show.
I was going to say, I don't believe in expectations. This is going to change probably day to day. I would say the biggest thing is the vibes are always going to be high. That's the one thing you don't got to worry about. The vibes are going to be high. Really what I want to do for the most part is interact with the chat. I mean, we're going to have topics built out. You could think of it kind of a smaller version of the full episode a little bit, where we're going to have a few main topics that we'll hit on. But if there's stuff you guys want us to speak about, or you guys have questions, or you guys have comments, that's what we're really trying to do, is interact with everybody else, kind of feel out where everybody, what everybody watched last night, what everybody enjoyed, because, we do shorts, we do a full episode. Maybe there's a topic we didn't hit. I know my boy Yukon 99 from the Discord is always I want more Yukon content. Pop in. You know what I mean? Ask a quick question in terms of Yukon and we'll answer it. Speaking of the comments, John Slate, I appreciate you, brother. And you don't have to apologize, gang. Listen, I'm wrong all the time. And you know what I mean? You still might be right. Maybe I haven't really proved you wrong just yet, but you still might be right. Ulamog asked, is BYU cooked? No. They just lost by 2 on the road to UConn. And I'm pretty sure AJ Dybantsa is maybe the best player in the country. And honestly, Like low key, probably could have played for the Celtics the following night.
Hey, as a Celtics fan, I would gladly take Dybantsa lacing up. Yeah, so I think that's the perfect way to put it. Like, listen, you guys love the sleepers content, and that's the number one thing. The previews and recaps and the full episodes and stuff. This is a completely different vibe. So, like, if you want a full BYU UConn breakdown, you still got to go tap into the recap.
Right.
But me and Dion are definitely gonna like shoot the shit, chop it up with the chat, everything. Like that's the whole. This is like a fun. You woke up the day after the games and like you're chopping it up with your boy. Also, Cart, please respect me. This is a brown sugar shaken espresso, not a nice peppermint mocha. Crazy. All right. So
Kill Moves donated $4.99 and said, "Love what PK is doing at, I think that's University of Florida." Wait, no,
that would be University of Louisville.
Yeah, but it says, okay, maybe that's just a typo. That's on me. Not an English podcast either, by the way. Want to get ahead of that. But we got to talk about his recruiting for next year. You get a guy like Mikal, then there's going to be expectations. I mean, yeah, you're at Louisville, by the way. It should be expectations. He'll be all right.
Yeah, and I will tell you, Kill Moves, be tapped in because there will be a Greg and Cart short coming later this afternoon about Pat Kelsey and Mike Cal and the University of Louisville. So stay tapped in, but also appreciate the $5 because yeah. Also, this is absolutely insane. I didn't even explain how StreamYard works. Wow.
I gotta be honest, Cart's right. I do have the ops on. Gotta work on that.
Yeah. I mean, you see me. I come in repping the brand, and we got Dion over here in a Barstool hoodie. Just
where did you get that?
Hey man, merch drop. Second one coming soon. I don't know if it actually is or not. But by the way,
I gotta get one. That thing's tough.
Yeah, I mean, by the way, shout out Greg and Cart in the chat. I mean, probably the only company where the producer pays for his own merch, but I'm here with it. Support the brand.
I don't think that's true. So, JK, and we'll dive into it. We're going to do this every morning. I think you're confused on what a producer is. I'm going to be honest. I think you're confused on the element of how a producer works.
No, I mean, the simple fact of the matter is we actually have merch that we don't have to pay for sitting at Greg's house. It's been there for 5 months.
That's how it works sometimes. That's how it works.
I need Greg to produce a shipment to my crib.
No, I think everybody else should get it first. That's how the producer role works, I feel like.
Nah, I mean, see, I feel like that I need it so that I can produce it and distribute it. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I got to get it first.
Right. That way no one can see it. Let's get into the first topic, I think.
There couldn't have been a more perfect intro to what this show is going to be than that. But all right. We're starting at the top of BYU and UConn. 86-84, crazy game. It had it all. UConn was up big. BYU clawed back. AJ Dybantsa, absolute NBA level shot making for the entire second half. That was an insane display of basketball by both sides. Dion, rapid fire off the cuff thoughts on this one.
Real quickly before we get into it, Derek asked, is Stephen Pearl going to be successful? No, he's not. John asked, Dion, who's your favorite freshman so far? My favorite freshman so far is Neo from Virginia Tech, but I think the best freshman's been Dybantsa. Rapid fire thoughts on the game. Dybantsa's insane. And it looked right. I do want to say this. If you're going to play a neutral court game, super lame to play it with the Celtics court. I didn't like that at all. I thought that was kind of weird. I would much rather I don't know what how you would have done it. You do a random logo in the middle, maybe a BYU and UConn on the ends or whatever. But it was so weird to turn the game on and Dybantsa's just standing on the Celtics logo. I didn't love that at all. But overall, to me, it was clear UConn was the more prepared team. And BYU had better individuals. And one of those individuals was AJ Dybantsa. Rob Wright discussion is going to have to be had at some point. He's way too talented to play the way he plays sometimes. It's just like a complete, I don't want to say like lack of IQ, but I think there's a lot of times he thinks he's AJ, and you're not, brother. Respectfully, like you're still really good, but like you got to kind of come and go as your star does.
Yeah, which is like, I'm not saying VJ is on the same level as Dybantsa because he's not, but like Rob Wright did play with an NBA guy in VJ, and he didn't play like this at Baylor. So it's like, I don't really understand why he has AJ, and now it's like he's not. But this is a great point from Seth. Do you think BYU wins with Kennard Davis and Keba? That was the most impressive thing to me from Dybantsa is that like no Keba Keita, like no Moo Davis, and they were down big. They could have laid down easily, and Dybantsa was just like, nah, I think I'm just gonna take like a million crazy tough mid-ranger and just, I mean, the way he was elevating and getting to his spots at that size to move like as fluidly as he moves makes no sense.
I think they needed Moo. I don't know. Like, I don't know that Moo's ever going to play for them again. Like, I'll tell you what, this certainly feels like he broke the honor code. I don't know what's in the honor code, but like, if this isn't in the honor code, then what else could possibly be in the honor code? This feels like honor code rule number 1, like no women in the dorms. Rule number 2, do not drink and drive. Like those feel like 1A, 1B right in the honor code. I think so. I don't know that he's ever going to play for them again, but Keba, I think they went on the run after he went out. So like, I don't actually think Keba would help this one.
Yeah, it's honestly a weird spot because I do think offensively things flowed better when he was out, but I definitely think like he could have helped with Terrace a little bit because Terrace did absolutely crush them. But I mean, at the end of the day, like that. All right, if an NBA fan, there's a lot of NBA fans out there that are like, well, I don't watch college basketball because the shot making sucks and stuff like that.
Not anymore.
You show them this game, I promise you, that's not going to be their opinion.
I don't think that should be the opinion anymore at all. I mean, granted, it's not like NBA level shot making, but like, what is? I mean, I watched Utah Chicago last night. It was like 150 to 150. So, I mean, what is NBA level shot making at this point? But I think overall, like, I think the shot making every game at the moment looks insane. Steven said, should we be worried about Solo? Yeah, like a few games ago, to be honest with you. Something's a little off with Solo ball, but I think it's fine because I think you're getting a more enthusiastic, more locked in Caravan. Scare Time Studios donated $199. Freshman getting drafted first. Boozer, AJ. It's AJ.
Yes. Like, I've always been on AJ Island. I just think he's the best. Like, I just think when you look at AJ's archetype, like we've seen that archetype lead teams to titles in the NBA numerous times. And he's a freak.
He's Kevin Durant, bro. Like, how do you not take 81st?
He's a freak.
We already saw this play out. Like, he went to his left pull-up midi a million times. I don't think people realize like how tough of a bucket that is for a right-handed player because he makes it look so easy.
Yeah. And like, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't think it's this draft class is so good, but the 3 at the top are all so good that you can't really be mad if any of them go. But this is also kind of a perfect segue because the third guy in that mix is Darren Peterson. And there's some stuff going on with Darren Peterson right now. So, yeah, I've got some thoughts on this, but I know Dion's going to have some interesting thoughts on Darren Peterson's mysterious injury, especially ahead of a Duke game tomorrow, where he's definitely not going to play, considering Bill Self said they wouldn't have him for the immediate future. Yeah, what is happening? Like, what's going on with Darryn Peterson?
I think he's going to play. So I think Darren Peterson and Self have no idea what they're doing with each other at the moment, and it's just going to result in Darren Peterson playing tomorrow, and that might be his last game until like January. There's like not wanting to play college basketball, and then I believe there's what Darren Peterson's doing at the moment. I believe all the Kobe stuff, right? Like I was pretty big on like the mama mentality, like Trey White will be fine, like next to him. I was like a crazy, crazy believer in Darren Peterson. I'm now starting to think like, hey, maybe he don't want to play basketball like that. You know, like I said this on JK built like a love.
I believe we call that a bombshell, not an antagonist. That's crazy.
Fun fact: the Thunder currently have the best odds for the first pick. Is that a thing? That's real?
Yeah, because they have the Clippers pick, I believe.
The Clippers are that bad?
Yes. They're.
Yeah, the FBI needs to start getting involved a little bit more and stuff. I don't want to be the guy that like snitches, but like if I need to, I will. I really don't have an issue snitching. I really don't have an issue getting on that stage and letting people know, like, yo, this isn't okay. That's not okay. AJ Dybantsa, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Jalen Williams, Chet Holmgren. I want investigations if that happens. I want people to interview. I want cell phones taken.
Listen, man, we got the Thunder plugging in AJ Mitchell for 16 a game. I don't want to see what they're going to do with AJ Dybantsa, bro. I'm sorry. I can't. I simply cannot see that. But yeah, the Darren thing to me is like, look, man, I get it. You know, you want to play in the league, but this ain't the draft class to do it. Like, you're not a perennial number one. It doesn't take much to fall out of the number one spot in this draft because the three guys are so good.
Is there any possibility, like him, if you're Bill Self, do you like sneak a note into his room like, yo, the Thunder have the number one odds, and then like maybe he wants to play now?
That actually might. See, that's mind games. We love that.
Like, because maybe he's like, yo, I don't really feel like playing. I heard the Wizards and the Pelicans are battling for the first pick. Like, I'm good. I'd rather fall to like 5 or 6. If you just sneak a little note like, yo, the Thunder now have the number one odds, he might hit for 40 on Tuesday.
Yeah. And this is even like before the injury thing with him, though. Like, I don't know. I'm not inside of his head, but like when I see Boozer and Dybantsa, like, you just see two dudes where like there's no BS. They care about winning. Like they want to win.
You said that about Dybantsa?
Well, obviously he does stuff for the camera, but like he cares about winning.
Have you seen the video? I don't know what song it is. If anybody knows, but the best like thing on Twitter at the moment is Dybantsa's like rapping. Kion Anthony has his arm wrapped around him, rapping a song too, and then it just leads into his highlights. There's a Pelicans fan account that tweets that out after every single game. Special. Oh, yeah. John said, you know who else wants to win? Caleb Wilson. Facts, bro.
Hey.
Facts. Caleb Wilson, like if Darren Peterson ain't like on it, Caleb Wilson very easily could get in this top 3.
Shout out Caleb Wilson, man. Hashtag my heels, but hashtag I'm also the more bearable UNC fan. Sorry, Riley.
What did you refer to yourself as? The more what? Bearable?
The more bearable UNC fan. Actually, I should say the more objective UNC fan. That would be a more fair way to say it.
I mean, listen, we got a long season to go the morning after. Like, you're off to a great start being the more bearable UNC fan. Let's see how we end up, though.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, Caleb Wilson is definitely this actually, I need to scroll back up and find. Oh, here it goes. This actually is great. Caleb Decker. Who is the freshman most likely to crack the top 3 outside of the AJ, Cam, and DP3?
Acuff.
Who's your pick?
It's Acuff for me.
Yeah. I think it's so dependent on who's there. Like,
I just think AJ and Cam go 1-2 hypothetically if it were to happen right now. That's 2 wings. I think you're gonna have a lead guard that goes 3, which is why I think most likely Darren doesn't lose his spot. But if he were to, I'm a believer in Acuff. RP3, shout out RP3, keeps referring to him as Stephon Marbury. I know that's not like what a lot of people think it is, but if you was really in the streets back in the day, Stephon was that dude.
Yeah. I mean, if you didn't have Starberries on your feet, crazy.
Man.
They were like $9 a pair. Insane value. They don't make them like that anymore.
Facts.
I mean, I had the red, white, and blue ones. Might be the most special basketball shoe I've ever owned.
He could really hoop. So could his cousin Sebastian Telfair. Like if you're compared to those two dudes, like you have my attention.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I just want Darren to play, man. Darren versus Cam Boozer in primetime is peak. That's all I'm saying. I need that. Like the game needs that. I feel like.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I mean, I think at the end of the day, like that's one of them matchups that like you circle on the calendar. That's what you're trying to watch, and like Darren better not take that away from us. But if he's hurt at the same time, get healthy. I think what you're seeing with Darren Peterson, that's really unfortunate, is a guy that like has a much, much, much bigger goal than this season, and unfortunately is not giving like the most energy towards the day to day. It's a lot of load management going on at the moment.
Yeah. The other game of the Champions Classic is going to be Michigan State and Kentucky. An Izzo and Pope battle. Mark Pope, I know you were a big Kentucky guy, kind of, in the offseason. Would you label yourself a big Kentucky guy before I continue this? Or you were before the season started?
I'm still very much so in on Kentucky. I don't think they've done anything like out of the ordinary so far. Just no JQ yet. I'm a big Kentucky guy if they have JQ. I'll say that.
I agree with that. But there's no denying that Mark Pope's had some interesting press conferences in the last few days. So, I mean, I guess, like, what are you making of this? Like, it's like the opposite of coach speak. It's like, I don't even know what to consider it.
I don't know if it's like the opposite of coach speak. I tweeted this out. I'll stand on this one. It's like Big Blue Nation trained John Calipari. So he's saying the same stuff Cal said. It's just like he went to Kentucky, played at Kentucky, like has that familiarity with the fan base to where like he knows how to say it to where they don't get upset. But it's essentially what Cal would say.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. It's just, I think the shock to me is like all off season, we got, the gas of like the team defense, the togetherness, all this. And now I don't think he's saying they're not together. I honestly think part of it is like he's trying to get them fired up, but it's just weird because it's like an emotional breadcrumb trail of, we should be at a better point, or like emotionally, I just don't know about this team. And I mean, I know that they haven't like, I think the Purdue exhibition set some even loftier expectations, but like they're still winning games by 40. I mean, they're not out there like playing close games with Valparaiso. Like they're still killing teams. That's the part that's weird to me.
Yeah. I mean, I think they like, I think the Purdue exhibition mixed in with how good they were last year and then what they brought in through the portal just raised expectations, right?
Yeah.
I mean, Lowe, Ortega, Aberdeen, JQ, Dybantsa, like the list goes on, man. Like this team is loaded. They spent literally $20 million on the roster. You have to hear about it all the time. I think they went into the Yum and took Louisville's best punch, lost by 7 without JQ. It was a great Louisville performance. It's just one of them games where you got to tip the cap. Kelsey had them boys ready to go. Michael was locked in. I thought Michael was the best player on the court. Like talent-wise, you could see the difference between him and everybody else. And Kentucky took that best punch and we're fine. I don't really understand, to be honest with you, Pope's sentiment. He said, essentially, like, I'm upset I'm at myself for not being farther along in terms of this team's identity. Well, you're missing your best player. It's really, really hard to have an identity when you're missing your best player. I don't know what the identity looks like with JQ, especially offensively. I don't know that it's like his offense to control or his offense to run necessarily. But what I do know is like that JQ changes the game defensively and allows you to play like quicker. And that's his identity, is fast-paced, shoot a lot of threes. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't necessarily agree with what Pope said, but it's essentially what Cal used to say. We haven't scrimmaged enough. We haven't played 5-on-5. I have 5 freshmen. They've never played together. All it is a nice way of saying all that.
Yeah. And I mean, JQ is like, someone in the chat, got to scroll back up and find it, asked about Zachary Wells, said, do you think they're going to run him like a point forward like Amari Williams last year? If Lowe is out, he's way better than Amari Williams.
I don't think they're going to run him as a point forward.
They're not going to run him as a point forward, but he is just I just don't. I think because JQ played at Arizona State last year and then got hurt, people like are forgetting how good he is at basketball.
Well, he was also like 17 at Arizona State too, and it was Arizona State. So like, who was watching those games? Respectfully, Blake said that Payne wanted his team to lose, or wanted his team to get beat to keep them on edge. I don't agree with that. Obviously, the last 2 Purdue performances have changed the viewpoint on Purdue. But if you look at the first 2 games, it was clear like they came out the gate sluggish, not just against Kentucky, but even during the regular season. Like, yeah, maybe they didn't scout. Maybe there's no, TK and Clough weren't battling for the boards. Maybe like it's an exhibition. I'm not saying Purdue gave it 100%, but like I don't think Kentucky went out there and gave it their all either. Kentucky was just a better basketball team that day.
Yeah, I mean, Purdue. Never worried about Purdue, man. Like it's just exhibition over reaction. I'm talking about after the exhibition game, like not like, it's just an exhibition. Like, who cares? They're not out there to like, obviously I'm not saying that they went out there like, oh, we wanted to lose, but like, I'm just not going to watch an exhibition and be like, oh man, that changes things. They still got Braden Smith, man. Like, take the fact that he's a sleeper out. The dude's still the best point guard in the country. And if Trey Coffin-Wren's going to play at this level, like the level that he's been at in the 2 games he's been back is insane.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's cause for concern with Purdue, but I want to say I'm like overtly worried, but I definitely think there's cause for concern. I think the best thing going for Purdue at the moment is look around the Big Ten. With all due respect, like I don't think anybody's playing that good. Michigan's struggling from time to time. Michigan State, I think, just beat San Jose State by like 19 at the crib. I saw a comment asking if I was going to sell my Cohen Carr stock. Never. But like, have we lost value? Yeah. I think we've lost a lot of value so far. But like, if you look around the Big Ten, I think Illinois is like the biggest competition Purdue at the moment. And I think if you went into the season and told Payne it's you versus Illinois 1-on-1, I think Payne's taking his chances with that.
Yeah, but oh man, I can't wait to be tapped in for Merkovich versus TKR. That's going to be fun.
I love Merk, but I like TK in that one.
Yeah, I can't lie. The 2020 was special.
Yeah, Merk's insane. He's a dog.
Oh yeah,
he's a dog. Scare Time Studio said, Dion, how about our boy Meyer? Dude's out there balling better and racking up clutch minutes, closing games too. Yeah, he's different. I think like obviously like I want to point everything back to the Run and Point pod. Everybody should go listen to it. Braden says he doesn't do visits. Pause for 5 seconds unless it's Omer. Like that should tell you all you should need to know about like how this team feels about Omer Meyer, right? Like Braden literally by the way, that discussion in terms of like the visits on campus, I do want to say this. If I pull up to Purdue and Braden's not showing me around, I'm a 5-star. So like I'm gonna need Braden, TK, or Fletch. I'm a 5-star. But nonetheless, like I feel like the fact that he said he recruited Omer, that should tell you everything you need to know about like how good Omer is and like what the expectations are for Omer full season. I think at the end of the day, like maybe he doesn't start, but he's gonna kind of play like remember when Iggy didn't start for the Warriors, but he was like the starter. Like that kind of feels like where the direction this is gonna go with Omer.
Yeah, and it's like, God, man, I know you're gonna say this is disrespectful. I just gotta do a little Pistons nod for Cart and Greg here. It's kind of how like Malik Beasley came off the bench for the Pistons last year, but then closed games.
Yuck. Let's not compare Omer to the dude that was like throwing games.
We're comparing strictly hoops here, okay? We are not.
Let's not compare
Omer
to the dude that was throwing games for his bookie, please.
Hey, he was cooking though. Last year he was cooking. That's just a fact. You must have been on the wrong side of the throwing games.
No, honestly, well, probably. If we're being completely honest, most likely. Dion, how do you feel about the ACC this year? ACC is really good. We were sleeping on it. Louisville, North Carolina, Virginia Tech. Shout out Neo. Obviously Duke. I think Miami's got a little bit more to them than people think. I think Florida State has a little bit more to them. Virginia, Thista Ritter. He's 30. He plays like he's 30. So like I think the ACC's got a lot going for him at the moment. Clemson, by the way, that coach should have taken whatever job he was offered.
Yeah, I think is the Big East like this year's version of last year's ACC?
I don't want to come off disrespectful to the Big East. I'm gonna say no, because like you kind of expect this from the Big East. I feel like you expect more out of the ACC.
I can agree with that. Yeah, it's the ACC. I still don't think is back in like the peak glory days by any means, but I mean it's night and day compared to what the ACC was last year. It's not even close.
I couldn't agree more. I mean the ACC's back. Like call it like and I get it. North Carolina fans and me have had our back and forth, and like they don't necessarily like me, and that's all good. My whole point behind every North Carolina comment I make is this sport is better when North Carolina is good, and you can't convince me otherwise. And the ACC is more competitive now because now we're looking at the schedule like we're getting Duke, Carolina. I'm not saying the conference is going to be on the line, but we don't know that. We don't know that. Last year, I knew it wouldn't be on the line, and I knew that before the season started. This year, it's like we might get Caleb Wilson versus Cam Boozer. Number 2 picks on the line. The ACC's on the line. A 1 seed in the tournament's on the line. There's going to actually be like a lot at stake this year.
Yeah, it's going to be. Oh man, you just think about all the like it just has. It kind of has everything. Like they have the one and done talent guys. They have the like the fact that Will Wade, for example, is in this conference now it's crazy.
Hand up. I got to own that one. I listed off all them ACC teams. I didn't even bring up NC State.
You left off Maybach Willie, man. That's your guy. That's crazy.
Left off Maybach Willie and Darian Williams, who like might be the 4th best player in this conference. Obviously, he's not better than Cam, Neo, or Caleb, but he's like right there though.
Yeah, and we've seen him do it like in March. So I mean, it's God, man. It is fun that the ACC is good again. There's been some positive comments I just got to shout out here. First off, I agree with you, Lamog. Shout out the paid commenters, man. Like donating that's huge, man. Like that's next level love. And Scare Time Studios saying we're killing it and that he needs this live in his life every morning. Well, the good thing is you're gonna have this live in your life every morning, so you're chilling. You get to see Dion 5 days a week.
We get to read the comments 5 days a week, 10 a.m. Eastern. We got Riley on Wednesdays. We haven't sorted out who's going to do Fridays yet. So we got Monday through Thursday locked in. But again, this is just the example of what you get with me. I don't look that far ahead. You know what I mean? Like I haven't even started worrying about Tuesday, let alone Friday. So there's just a little taste of what you're going to get with me. We might not have anybody on Friday. It might just be me.
I feel like there has to be at least like 3 to 4 episodes every single month where it's just a Dion ISO, just for the culture, like just for the sake of watching a Dion ISO.
That could go so poorly.
But it could also be so special.
Much like any ISO I've ever had in my basketball career, it's kind of like, please don't do this, please don't do this. Oh my God, it actually went in. Or like, please don't do this, please don't do this. And then you stare at the bench, somebody go get him. Somebody go get him. I got to talk to him really quickly.
You're just going to be like the Steve Kerr meme when Steph takes the absurd three and he's just like, no. Yes, it went in.
The biggest issue with me and ISOs is I don't know how to time them. I have some of the most poorly timed ISOs maybe in the history of basketball. Somebody else goes on a heater and I think like I was the one on the heater. So I said, swing me that basketball and get out the way. Which is exactly how a Friday ISO would go, by the way. We do great Monday through Thursday, and I decide let's clear it out.
Hey, we have to see it, though. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got to at least get you a look at the basket and the ISO. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to give you a chance.
The biggest issue we're going to have is me clicking live on StreamYard, most likely.
Yeah, that's the part of the process I got to make sure you're dialed in on. But I promise it's so easy.
That's going to be a big issue. Connor,
and then I've got to worry because you might be coming for the producer spot.
No. No. You got that one, JK. Although, like, again, like we got every day out the week for the rest of the season to discuss this. Do want to bring up to the chat. JK makes the producer thing look a lot harder than it is, and I kind of respect that. That's what we call job security. And if you just make it look really difficult, like I watched him do it in San Antonio and he did it in 5 minutes. But then like when he's home and you ask JK how it went, it's like, I had 7.5 hours of work today. I went to the gym in the middle. And that's what we call job security. Special. You're ready for corporate America. You don't even realize it.
7.5 is underselling it a little bit. But like, I mean, it's it really is though. Like it is a blast, man. Just like seeing everyone, especially during season when we've got like so many previews and recaps today. Like at 11 o'clock, obviously, see this is where like I do these things for you, Dion. Like I got like 15 recaps that were sent over the weekend that are done and scheduled. And I made sure to schedule them at 11 so that we wouldn't have any competition for the morning after live stream.
That's fair. I appreciate that. I mean, I feel like we needed that. Episode 1, we also like 15 recaps. I think I'm on like 4 of them. So make sure everybody goes to watch those.
Hey, absolutely. I know you're on Kentucky and UNC, so
I'm on Kentucky and UNC.
Let's see. Kentucky, Eastern Illinois, UNC, NC Central.
Oh, my bad. I was like, Kentucky and UNC played each other. It's been a long weekend. It ain't been that long. I remember.
Oh man, yeah. It's that's like the main premise. Is this is the perfect opportunity for Dion to get on here and cook, because as you guys know in the chat and in the stream, like our dead period of content is usually from like 9 a.m. to 10:30, 11 when the first things go up. Now y'all get to chill with Dion instead of just waiting, refreshing the page, waiting for stuff to come up. I mean, that's just a win-win for everybody.
Fact. 7 in the morning. It also lets me sleep in a little bit longer than normal, which is huge. I'm here for it. Dion, what do you think of that MSU recruiting class? Man.
It's sick.
It's very sick. It's very sick. If I was Cart, I would hang a banner behind me, #1 recruiting class or something like that.
And it's got to be like a replica of G's. Like it's got to be green construction paper instead of yellow, and he's got to write it like the same. Like even G was saying if they get Ethan Taylor, he's terrified, and they got Ethan Taylor. So it's ridiculous.
Khalil said, Dion, you be having me crying every day. Damn, what I do to you, bro? I didn't mean to hurt you. No. I'm playing. 7 in the morning is more sleep than normal. Yeah, I'm normally up around 6, brother. But yeah, he's
brought to you by Red Bull. Yep. Hey, this is the perfect show for you to actually get the Red Bull sponsor. Morning after, you got to wake up and get caffeinated.
Shout out AJ. If he wants to help make that happen, brother, we would love that. But yeah, no, I mean, I think Cart needs to hang some sort of banner for that MSG recruiting class. Ethan Taylor, it's Dion with the I, John. Ethan Taylor, Josiah Jervis, Medlock. Although, like, Jeremy Fears is a sophomore, so like I don't know that Medlock ever gets to like start next to some of these dudes.
Yeah, but I do think Jervis and Fears, that's gonna be a problem.
Ethan Taylor, like to me, Ethan Taylor is like legit one and done level talent. I'm not saying he will be. I know like Michigan State like normally is like it's a different type of plan, but like just individual talent wise, I think Ethan Taylor is like a one and done level talent.
Honestly, just the recruiting trail in general, 3 pretty big commits Friday. Like Cam Williams to Duke is crazy. Like that's a great pickup. Maxie Adams to UNC, also a good pickup. Like
I got Cam Williams takes. We'll save it for a different episode. But like,
oh God. Well, I feel like this is going to lead back to some Compton Magic AAU story that you have, and I don't know if I'm prepared for that.
I don't have any story on him. I think I'd rather have Ethan Taylor.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. Any other like takeaways, weekend stuff like that you have? Because I mean, listen, I'm just going to let y'all know right now. I know that this was pitched as a 30-minute show. It's never going to be exactly 30 minutes. I just want to let y'all know, like it's gonna be more in the 45-minute range, I would assume.
Let's try to keep it between 30 and 45 minutes because, like, listen, JK, I hate to be that guy. You have a job to do. I gotta make sure you get back to work. I gotta make sure we get videos up on the channel. I can't hold you too long. John said Texas or BYU. Is he talking about Gooseby's commit or is he talking about like which team do he think's better?
Gooseby's commit.
Oh.
I'm hoping it's BYU.
Yeah. Not a Gooseby guy, so either or works. But like probably BYU. Weekend takeaways. BYU's really good. Really, really good. I have some concerns with UConn, to be honest with you, but I feel like overall UConn came in and got the job done, which is what they're supposed to do. Football sucks. I hate football. Out on the NFL completely, I think, but I'll be back probably tonight. So no worries on that. But like from now until kickoff, I'm out. I want nothing to do with it. Let's see what other weekend takeaways. College football kind of stinks. To be honest with you, like all jokes aside, college football kind of stinks. Shout out YouTube TV for getting ESPN back. I mean, what are we talking about? Like you just didn't have ESPN for 2 weeks. That's insane. Yeah, I think those are my only weekend takeaways. I don't know. Like this is like the morning after. This is kind of like free roam. I will say I'm a big WWE fan. Monday takeaway. Monday Night Raw is supposed to be sick tonight, so we will be there. MSG. See, JK's trying to work right now. This is what I mean. Like, we can't go too long. JK's got work to do.
No, see, I'm gonna be honest. What happened here is this is the only downside of a MacBook is that my AirPods connect to both, and so like it just randomly connected to my phone. So I had to make sure my Bluetooth was turned off. But yeah, this is. College football. I agree with you on college football, man. Like, it's just not. I'm just not. It's just not it this year. Like, it's just not. And I'm not going to be out on the NFL because my dog Drake May is my quarterback. So, I mean,
he makes some really sick throws. Like, don't get me wrong. But then he'll be like 15 to 31. And everybody's like, wow, like Drake May for MVP. Like, I don't disagree. Like, the Pats are what, 9-2?
I mean, he has like a 73% completion percentage before that game. But, I mean.
But the 15 to 31, like, that was the thing.
Yeah, that was a thing. I like I will say this, he took a leap from last year that I did not expect him to take at all, though.
Yeah, correct. He's definitely a lot better than he was as a rookie when he wasn't very good. I do agree with that. But like, I think he's really good. I just feel like everybody talks about him like he's like the best thing. Like
He's got God tier PR. There's no doubt about it.
yeah, no, he's doing great. He's doing great. Little weird though, like when people are just in his wife's comments. That's weird.
Yeah,
That's weird.
It is kind of crazy.
It's weird. Like let her cook on TikTok.
Rickus Morty's, yes. Thing about me is my dad's from Boston, so I grew up as a Celtics, Patriots, Red Sox. If you're wondering why I have this accent and I'm a Boston fan, there's your answer.
Colts are going to make the Pats wish TV12 and retire. I'm
sure.
No one's going to like this comment at all. If the Colts and Pats are the Chiefs' biggest threat to making the Super Bowl, we can go ahead and pencil them in.
The Chiefs might be their own biggest threat, 5-5.
Oh, listen, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying if they get into the playoffs, stare up, it's Colts and Pats in their way. Like I think we're good. We can go ahead and put them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you might be right, but also, I'm not gonna lie, man. Minus 10,000 aura points watching Mahomes play football this year.
Yeah, it doesn't look great.
It's just, but yeah, like you said, we're at 45 minutes, and I do have a job to do. Which, that being said, Michigan TCU recap was received from Greg. That's the first video I've gotten from him at 10:15. Quick game before we leave. Over under 58.5 minutes.
So, I mean, it's over just because, like, I know how, like, the operation works.
You have an inside leg.
If you received the video at 10:15, that means, like, that's the only video that they did before 10:15.
Yeah, this is the one thing that you have to know about Greg and Cart is that if it's one of our, like, 7 or 8 big teams on the program, 3 recaps is easily 2.5 hours.
Yeah. And by the way, like,
as it should be.
As a fan of the channel, those are my favorite recaps. Like by far.
Because it'll be like recapping the game, and then 10 minutes in, somehow like Cart goes on a segue that leads to like it's just the best thing ever. The tangents of the hour-long recap videos, there's truly nothing like them.
No, it's special. I mean, it's almost upsetting when you get a video that isn't over an hour.
Yeah. Like, also props to them because, like, I could never talk about that Michigan and TCU game for an hour.
It's easier than you think, especially when you have G or Cart with you. You know what I mean? Like, they make it easier than it should be.
Yeah, that was more of a knock on how bad Michigan's looked, but
well, yeah, haven't looked great. So before we get off, and you have a job to do, I do want to say I was huge on the 3 big lineup. Nah, my bad. My bad. That 3 big lineup don't work.
Yeah. Then you realize Cadeau doesn't have a jumper, and you're like, oh, wait.
That's what's interesting. Cadeau's been fine from 3. I feel like
he's been better than he has been in the past. God, man, I don't know. I mean, I do think Dusty May's a great coach, so we'll see what he figures out. But it's definitely interesting. Not going the way I thought it was going to.
I mean, they're undefeated.
Yeah, 100%. Like, maybe they just need the early battle test.
Wolverine Deacon Challenge champions. Like, they're undefeated. So
that's true. Now they're the Wolverine Horned Frogs Challenge champion as well.
Not everybody's undefeated.
Yeah, that's facts. Actually, I need Greg to update the banner after that game. That would be special.
Well, maybe he has. Gotta add another one. You don't update it. You gotta put one next to it.
He needs a whole rafter of yellow construction paper. But all right, man. I really appreciate y'all in the chat for real. Y'all are super active today, and that's literally the number one goal of this show. Chat interaction, a different feel from anything else on the channel. Tons of recaps and everything coming up. I know we talked BYU UConn in this video. There will be a BYU UConn recap on the channel later. Especially just once again, man, shout out to the people who donated for real. Like that's seriously major love. And I honestly, man, like I can't wait to continue to do this show and like really start to get lore on people in the comments and the chatting family, like just to see what people do. But yeah, man, this was a blast. I had a blast at least.
No, this was fun. I mean, we went 20 minutes long for a reason. This was a good time. Scare Time Studios, 10 a.m. Eastern tomorrow. It'll be me and JK again. Everybody go listen to the Running Point pod tonight. If you don't do it for yourself, do it for me. My boy Omer's on the show. Simple as that. Like, we have to hear from Omer.
All right, I do want to say, I think per Greg, we're going to release it tomorrow.
I apologize.
Just because there's a lot of Bahamas stuff, and the Bahamas starts Thursday. So just so y'all know, instead of just getting, not only do you get the Purdue Bahamas preview and recap videos, you're also about to get Braden and Omer talking about the Baja Mar. So, yeah, if you're not tapped in for that, I don't know what you're going to get tapped in for.
That's on me. Listen to it tomorrow, though. We get to hear from Homer.
Oh, yeah. W. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 10 a.m. sharp. Grab your coffees, grab your energy drinks. Be there with us for tomorrow's morning after.